everybody.
Hello.
Welcome on another spooky Sunday to the StabCast. I know it's weird me and Mindy aren't together today, but we're here on the internet virtually doing the StabCast, talking about a Josh Peck spooky flick, ATM.
He loves this movie.
I love this film.
He
Even
really
though
does.
the Rotten Tomatoes score and shit's low, right?
Everyone doesn't like it, Daniel. We're about to piss a lot of people off.
Everybody hates this shit.
Well, they just, from what I've heard, they just don't find it interesting.
Yeah.
And from what I've been hearing, it's more so because of the fact that what happened was, like, in the beginning, you know how they're showing, like, the schematic and shit?
Yeah.
That, unfortunately, kind of bit them in the ass.
It bit him in the tushy.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of that, that took a lot of people out of, like, watching it. Like, it took a lot of the magic away from the movie. Which, I get it. But this is a 4 point, oh my god, this is a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb. It has a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if that's all together. I'm looking right now. Okay, so 13 tomatoer, isn't that the critics? And then the popcorn meter is the audience?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, the popcorn.
Okay, so the audience rated it 23. Critics gave it a 13%.
Jesus. So it's not
I don't know why. It really wasn't that bad. I'm not sure why I really am not sure.
I always liked the idea of it. I thought there was something cool about it. I really did. I always liked something about, like, a creepy scenario that, like, could happen. Like, you're just stopping. Even though those ATMs really don't exist as much anymore. There's not really ATMs in the middle of nowhere anymore. They're
Exactly.
usually, like, by a bank or by something else. Like, there's usually people by an ATM.
Or a drive-through. Like, normally if you go to a 24/7 ATM, you're going to a drive-through.
Yeah.
I mean, the only bank that I've seen do that with an ATM was Bank of America.
Yeah.
Out here in North Wales. They have that kind of system to get in the bank after it's closed. You got to put your card in, and it unlocks it and lets you in.
Yeah.
So.
It's cool, but it's a cool scenario of this because they do exist, and it's like being in a phone booth or something, but there's room for a couple more people. And
Exactly.
So there's something about a sadistic fucking murderer trapping you in that, and like in the middle of nowhere and being scared and not knowing what the fuck to do. And honestly, Josh Peck is somebody that I've always, even though he is one of the most interesting careers in the history of Hollywood and television and shit.
It really is. His acting range is absolutely ridiculous.
He's done a lot of things, dude, and he's been a part of a lot of shit, even like on here on YouTube and stuff when he was part of David Dobrik's group and he was getting like 30 million views on videos and shit.
Yeah.
Or he was a part of videos that did that. Like he was killing it. And Drake and Josh, he was the little fat kid that cussed all those people out in that one movie. And then I think he dies in it, but
he was in college too, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
Or was that just Drake? Oh, he was a bully in that one movie though with Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Drake was in college. He was a bully in Drillbit Taylor.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So he's done a lot of interesting things.
He really has, and I do think he's like an interesting, good actor that's like has a little bit of range, and in here he's pretty good as like the annoying friend. That's just
Oh God,
like
yeah, he does an amazing job of being the annoying friend.
I think he.
Like what's good with getting food? No.
Yeah, like it's one of those like, ooh, hot girl that's into the shy guy. The main character is a shy guy, and then Josh Peck's the introvert, or he's the extrovert to
Let's be
the
honest.
introvert.
The guy was not just shy. He was like adorably shy.
Yeah, he was kind
He
of
was
a
like
pussy.
petrified to be around women.
Yes.
It's somebody that I would probably hang out with back in the day because that's how my guy friends were.
Yeah.
The only girl they could talk to was me because I was more like a dude. So,
Exactly.
I mean, unfortunately, you have those guys, like kind of like how in Obsession we had Bear.
Yeah, he's similar to a bear, like a pussy character that's not going to make that big decision when it's time
Very
to.
low confidence, wants to do it, but just can't get it done.
Yeah, just like a soft dude. There's been a lot of those in movies, and
Yeah.
there's just a pussyish kind of. But and then some of them rise up, and some of them don't. He kind of rises up to an extent.
Yeah, but she kind of tells him after a while that she wants to be there with him, that she
Yeah,
likes him.
yeah.
So I think that kind of gave him a little bit of a newfound confidence.
Yeah, but it did feel like he was starting to act and shit, and he was starting to like try to figure out how to get the fuck out of there and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though, as we're going to talk about, it goes awry many of times. Which some of the things that the mysterious killer does in this thing, I
He's
find
called the Man.
the man. I find him very interesting, and I think that the shit that he pulls throughout this, is on. That's why I think it's a good movie. Because I remember getting introduced to this. This was one of those like in high school I watched. I think it found its way on Netflix or something, and it was like a Saturday night with my friends watching this, and it's like it was creepy and it was good. That's why when I see Rotten Tomatoes like low and shit, it's like I thought it was a good, creepy, scary movie. Obviously,
It
back.
was. It was good. It was creepy. There was a few different twists throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm sorry, but like anywhere out in New York in the middle of the night, if you have some creeper coming at you, if that don't scare the hell out of you, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, and I like horror movies sometimes are best when they're simple like that. When it's like you got three people, you're trapped in this small location, and this guy's fucking with you. That's all you need for a good movie sometimes. You don't need a lot. Look at
No, you
Obsession.
really don't. They've proven that over
Yeah.
the past few years.
Yeah. Look at last week's episode. Look at Obsession. It fucking ended up being a huge blockbuster hit. And it's one of the more simple concepts I've seen in years. And it fucking crushed. See,
Yeah,
sometimes all you need is like a simple little like one little creepy thing, and then just build off that, and a movie can be gold. So
exactly.
I like the big extravagant shit too, and ensemble cast and stuff. Like I like all that stuff too, but sometimes I like something like this where it's like three people trapped in a fucking ATM. Like, what the fuck are we gonna get? And like the parking lot, that's another reason I don't get the reviews because I thought it was shot pretty well for a low budget movie.
It really was. The lighting was on point.
Yes, Mindy's Lighting Corner,
I
and
could see everything. I
exactly.
know, but that's serious though. I could see everything, and the killer was sitting in the parking lot almost the entire time without any lights,
Yeah,
and you could still see him. Take notes.
exactly. And just all those shots of the parking lot, like on this, like with like nobody in it and nothing happening. Like, there's just something about that that's so eerie. That's like when you're in that situation and there's like a bunch of like land in front of you and there's like nothing there and there's no like safety and shit. Because there's something about cities and suburbs and stuff when you see homes and other people and stuff that you feel sort of safe. But when you take all that away and there's just nothing but like this one dude fucking with you, there is something creepy in real life about that can happen. That kind of adds a layer of scariness to the movie. we're not talking about fucking, portals and fucking demented monkeys and shit. And like zombies and ghosts. And this is like a real dude with a fucking crowbar and shit in a parking lot.
And this is stuff that's happened to people before.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I mean, I've heard horror stories like this of getting trapped in a small space with just a couple of people.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen too many, and not that I'm a vast traveler. I've been to a few states, and the only country we've ever been to is Canada. But I do think I have not seen many ATMs in the middle of nowhere like that.
No. I'm pretty sure it's a New York City thing.
Yeah, there's no middle of nowhere in New York City. That's the most popular.
Well, they weren't really in the middle of nowhere. They were just in a parking lot.
Yeah, but it felt like nowhere. It felt like there was nothing past that.
True.
Even when they were screaming for help and shit.
Well, no one could hear their asses. That shit's soundproof.
Yeah.
So we open up with a bunch of schematics. And our main character, who ends up being the main. And or at least I had no idea what was going on. And then we cut to our two main characters, Josh Peck and I think his name was David. Yeah, his name was David in the movie. And they Josh Peck is kind of your typical douchebag best friend.
Yeah, encouraging you to do shit.
Just that little double on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, come on, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also he was always with everyone.
Yeah, so he's one of those guys at work that's the hey when he sees everybody, like, hey, what's up? Hey. Like, he's that type of guy. And I thought, honestly, Josh Peck played that well. And
he really did. He did a really good job of playing like that corporate douchebag.
Because he was likable to an extent, but he was also very fucking annoying, and those guys are. So I thought it did that well.
Yeah.
Like, those guys are kind of fucking annoying. So the fact that he was portraying that as like being irritating, it's like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he basically forces David to go to this stupid Christmas party.
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna make me go alone? Like,
yeah.
The guy would have been like, yes, you're going alone, bye.
It's like, yeah, dude. What the fuck?
And then they have the Christmas party, and I have to say, this is part of the reason why I liked Josh Peck in this role so much. Because when they're having the Christmas party, and it's all the guys sitting around a table, and you have the infamous Jerry there, and it's just so funny the way that he speaks to them, especially Jerry.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, haha, Jerry, go fuck yourself. It's like, oh my God. And then like he's walking away and he's like, hey Jerry, fuck you. It's like, oh, okay.
Hey Jerry.
Like he just gets that, and then like one of the other things he said to him was like, well, I'm sorry, Jerry, but your mother seems to like my face. And it's like, oh my God. What the hell? Like, this is not the kid that played Josh in Training. So that was interesting. And then poor David finally gets his shot with Emily, the pretty little girl that we were talking about. Finally gets a shot with her. And what does Josh Peck do but cock block? He's been begging this guy to get with this girl for like a year now. And now he's basically cock blocking.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well,
like,
to an extent.
Well, because he's like, I'm going to take Emily home. And then he was like, okay, sweet, let's go. And he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, we're going to take Emily. And he's like, I'm going to take Emily home. I'm leaving. And he's like, you're my ride. What do you want me to do? Walk out there and freeze? It's like, oh my God, you're sitting with like 20 different people. You couldn't have asked them for a ride? But I understand they probably all hate your ass, but you can ask one of them for a ride. Come on. And then, to make matters worse, they're sitting there in the car and they're driving, and of course, he loses his phone at work. And we get another hysterical Jerry thing. Because he's like, Jerry, just find it. And he is like, did you find it? And like Jerry's like, yes. And he's like, okay, good. Now just put it in my desk. Do not go through my fucking pictures, Jerry. I mean it. And like as he's saying that, Jerry hangs up the phone on him. And you can see Rebecca's phone, and he's like, yeah, you have no battery left. It's like, what the hell? Why did you argue that long with Jerry?
That's funny.
And I can't help it. I like little clips like that with movies, especially with horror movies, where you don't really ever see the character that's being picked on.
Yeah.
But they just keep on picking on him.
But at the end of the day, if fucking Josh Peck, who is Corey in the movie, if he can just have enough money on his card and not be a reckless spender, this movie doesn't happen. Because the fact that he just struggles to fucking, and then they fucking have to go in and help him and shit. It's like, if I saw a friend in there, I'd just be like, fuck you, figure it out, buddy. I'm not coming in there with you. What am I going to do? I'm not giving you my money. Fuck you.
My favorite line from him has to be when he's sitting in the car and he's like, I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just starving. I'm so hungry. And like, they're completely ignoring him because they want nothing to do with us. And he's just like, I'm so hungry. And then finally, he was like, so what's good with getting food? And it's like, no one wants to get food. They want to go home. Uh-oh. We lost Daniel. Daniel!
I don't know what happened. Go ahead. My bad.
It's okay. It's like we lost Daniel.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. Anyways, Corey is just like, so what's up with getting food? And finally, like David was trying so hard to be like, no, everything's closed. Cut it out. We're going home.
Yeah.
And Corey's like, well, no, not everywhere's closed. There's that pizza place over on like whatever street, and they serve slices until 2 a.m. Just go there. And he was like, okay. And then he's like, I need to stop by an ATM now. And then he's like, Corey, really? And he's like, unless you want to stop me.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I can't just use my card. They don't take cards there. It's a walk-up place. And finally, David was like, all right, whatever. We'll take you to an ATM. And they pull up to this sketchy-ass little glass box, basically. And he gets out, and then all of a sudden, he's like jumping and waving his hands. So David goes in to see what's going on. Dumbass has no money on his card. But he says it the wrong way, though. Instead of saying, I have no money on my card, he says, my strip's not working.
Yeah.
And that's a very important detail that we'll come back to in a minute. So, we got our girl, Emily. She's sitting there. She's cold as shit. So she decides to get out of the car and go inside the ATM. And the stupidest thing she could have done. She should have just sat in the damn car. Or if she was going to go in, she should have brought herself in. Because you left her cell phone in her purse in the car. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna walk into a sketchy ATM with two guys that you don't really know in the middle of the night, you best believe I have my phone on me.
Yeah, but she kind of trusted David.
It don't matter if you trust it or not. You should always have your phone on you. She lives in New York City. It's a given.
Fucking stockbrokers.
That's one thing that annoyed me about her character. Is that all she had to have done is bring the phone inside with her.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's the thing. Whatever, and since they are stockbrokers, does it ever really say that it's set in New York City?
Yes.
Because it feels like it is. But
yes, it says that it's set in New York.
It should not be as hard for them to get help as it is.
Oh God, no.
That's
absolutely
the only thing.
not.
New York City is a flooded place with tons of people. There should be. It should not be that. Like, to me, if this was set in fucking, Oklahoma or something.
I mean, it was Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But still, like here's the one thing that I critique on is that there's this police officer that patrols everywhere, and I mean, she has help written on. Emily has help written on the window.
Yeah.
And he just takes a U-turn and goes away.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
And it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? These people need help.
They need help, dude.
And then, unfortunately, the killer starts playing mind games with them. And he ends up, like, they try to give him money, but that's not good enough. You don't want money. He wants your wives. And so he fucks with them for a little bit, turns off the heat, makes it extremely cold in there, just certain things to F with them. And then what's really interesting is that he's actually behind the scenes in the back of the ATM with the camera, altering the footage.
Yeah, to make it seem like they're doing all this.
To make it look and seem like David is the culprit.
Yeah.
So this guy's smart. This guy's really, really smart.
He is.
Because then, so he can get something viable on camera, he gives a man the coat. I don't know if he gives him the coat that he was wearing because he was still wearing the coat.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was that. He was just wearing a similar coat.
I think he was just wearing a similar coat.
Yeah.
But this guy walks in wearing a similar coat, and I'm sorry, but yes, you're in a life or death situation. Yes, you're freaking out, but you couldn't be like, what the hell? Who are you?
Yeah. Or just
because that would have
hold
solved
him down.
it.
Yeah.
But instead, they tackled him to the ground, and David basically killed him.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Corey helped, but David was the one that tied the string around the man's neck and held it.
And I would look for a tire iron, and I would like you gotta really fucking explore that situation before you just kill somebody. I know they're terrified, and they just watched somebody die and stuff.
But they let their fear overcome their judgment.
Yeah. It's just a similar coat. It's like, come on, man. I liked her writing help with the lipstick on the door. I thought that was pretty smart.
Yeah.
That's a smart girl thing to do in a movie like this.
Yep.
Just use the lipstick to write help. Yeah, this guy is very smart, and making them cold and shit, fucking with their psyche was very highly intelligent.
Well, what he did was he made them cold first, and then he sent that guy in.
Yeah.
So at that point, they were delusional. They were getting hypothermia and whatnot. So of course they're going to take him out.
Okay.
But unfortunately, now that's one more thing that the killer now has over them.
Is that they took a human life.
Yeah. So, and it was caught on camera. So then like, Corey decides that he's going to be a big boy. He's done with this. He's just going to run outside. He's going to take his chances, and he's going to see how far he can get.
Yeah.
Not a good idea. Just not a good idea. And he almost made it somewhere, except he tripped. So then he was screwed. And he wasn't able to get up quickly because of the ice, so the killer was able to, or the man was able to stab him a few times. But he wasn't dead.
No.
And David was trying to get to him as Emily is holding on to him, being like, no, you cannot go out there. You can't leave me in here.
Yeah.
If you go out there, that's it. I'm in here alone. I'm not, no.
Yeah.
So she convinced him to stay behind, which he was really upset with her about. And again, on the cameras, he's shouting and yelling and throwing stuff, so it makes them look violent.
Yeah.
And then she has a brilliant idea to, well, no, it's before this. They see that Corey is starting to move. So they go out and they grab him. And they barely make it back in time before the guy does something. And then the guy's like, oh, you really pissed me off. And so like, he comes up with this hose, and it's like, what is he doing? And he hooks up this hose to the freaking grate and just like lets loose, and it's like a fire hose, and it's like, oh my God, he's trying to drown them out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear a thunk, and you look up at the front door, and I don't know how in the hell he did this, but he somehow pushed the car to the front of the door.
Yeah.
So they can't get out. They're completely trapped. So Emily finds, after they said goodbye to Corey, because there's nothing they can do at that point, Emily ends up finding a lighter, and she gets a trash can, and she lights a bunch of papers on fire, and then she gets David. Well, David is an idiot at first, and David's like, here, hold my leg, let me stand on this tiny little plastic platform and try and get this bucket up to the sky here. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
And then finally, she thought with her noggin and was like, no, here's what we're going to do. You're going to lift me up on your shoulders, and I'm going to hold it.
She thought with her noggin, but her noggin ends up getting her fucked up.
Well, it wasn't her fault, though. Unfortunately, David slipped because he's an idiot, and he dropped her. And when he dropped her up against one of the bank counters, and she smashed her head and was dead instantly.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's like in fight or flight mode. Like he needs to get the hell out of there. Yeah. He needs help. Well, the police do show up, but the hooded guy, he's not in trouble. David is. Because, like I told you all, with the camera stuff that he was able to like finick with and whatnot, it made David look like the perpetrator. It made him look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's getting arrested while this man is standing on the other side of the street, and he's screaming like, no, it's him. And they won't pay attention to him.
I love how that became the most popular jacket, though. Everybody was rocking that shit. David's like looking out like, how many fucking people are wearing these?
But the thing is, though, is that jacket, you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Urban Legend.
Yeah, it does.
It looks almost exactly like the Urban Legend parka.
It really does.
I don't know if they did it on purpose. I doubt they did. Probably but it's kind of cool. If they did, then that's awesome. Because how do we know? The director could be like a huge fan of Urban Legend and wanted that.
That's true.
We don't know. But, yeah, so then they take him to police custody, and they explain to him, like, you're in a lot of trouble. And he's seen the security footage for the first time, and he's like, I didn't do any of this.
Yeah.
This is all taken out of context.
It wasn't me.
But whatever, the cops are like, we got you. We have our guy. Let's just let that be it. And then the man goes back to his thinking quarters, his little lair that he has in a storage unit, which is just really creepy, by the way. Having a lair in a storage unit, that's crazy. Like, imagine he not be able to pay his fees, and like it gets auctioned off, and somebody gets one of those storage units that he used.
It would be funny as fuck.
You see all these bank schematics and shit, and you're like, what the hell? Is he a robber?
I like how he plans it out on all these ATMs, though. It's a fun hobby for him.
Yeah. Keeps him interested.
Yeah.
And then Daniel can attest to this. The what the fuck ending. So there are very many movies. There are very few movies that make me go, what the fuck? At the very end. But the man cleans up, gets home, and comes home to his daughter. Yeah. And she's like, hi, Daddy. And he's like, hello, sweetheart. How was your night? The fuck?
Yeah. You know what that reminded me of?
What?
That Hellfest movie.
Yes.
It's the same type of thing where this guy is out killing all night, and then he just comes home and he's a family man.
I know, because unfortunately there has been real serial killers out there.
Yeah.
That have done that kind of things before and gotten away with that stuff, and no one's the wiser. But it's just creepy to see.
It is creepy.
But
his headquarters and shit's cool.
But like basically that was the premise. So what did you think about it, Daniel?
I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10 because I'm higher on it than a lot of people. I think it's a lot of fun. And I think for like a very simple premise and for something that's like it's easy to follow, it's only a few characters and you're not really leaving this one location. I think it keeps it interesting the whole time. I think the performances are good enough. Josh Peck is definitely an outlier, but I thought Emily was really good too. It was like the girl that's trying to like give this guy a shot, but also like, what the fuck, you pussy, figure this out. So I liked the movie a lot. I liked the scenarios that the killer put him. I thought the hooded figure was a really good. He was a good killer for this movie. I enjoy it. I've seen this like 8 times, and I've liked it every time. So.
Yeah, when we watch movies multiple times, guys, that means that we really like it.
Yeah, and I don't understand why it got shit on so bad, because I find it to be like a way funner horror movie than a lot of shit that gets praised.
I mean, the budget was $3 million.
Yeah.
So it was probably plugged to be like a really big Hollywood movie.
Well, no, I don't think so.
But it would have been better as just an indie.
Yeah, it was still pretty indie.
Yeah.
It didn't really get a big theater run anyway, so. Okay. Yeah, 7.5 for me. How about you?
I was going to go with 7.
Okay.
Just because I'm not as hyped on it as you are. But, yes. I mean, that's what's interesting about our taste, though, because it just goes to show that, I mean, I've had movies that I've loved. You thought they were shit. And then you have movies that you love that I'm like, I don't know. Not so sure about that one.
That does happen a lot with us.
So, what would you like to do for next week, my dear?
Oh, shit. I have no idea. Maybe something on Netflix?
You want to do a Netflix?
The old flicks of nets. Maybe A Quiet Place?
I mean, is A Quiet Place on Netflix?
A Quiet Place Day One. I never saw that one.
Yeah, because that's the prequel.
You want to do it?
I mean, sure. I know enough about them that I can do it.
Well, watch it too. You have Netflix, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, so that's the plan for now. If we switch it, we'll notify in the TikTok.
Okie dokie. Sounds good, Daniel.
All right, we'll see everybody next time.
All right, bye, guys. Love you. Mwah. All right, Dee, I'm going to call you. Bye.
Bye.